knock them unconscious in different ways, and then they slit their throat to drain the blood out of them.
Yeah.
So
after they don't feel pain.
but it's murder, right?
No.
Yes.
Murder.
Taking someone's life is murder. Wouldn't you agree?
I would not.
Wait. Just a moment. You think cows, pigs, chickens are an object? They're not someone.
I never said they were an object.
Well, you just said
I
they're
they were an animal. I never said they were someone.
You said they're not someone. They're something.
As a human. Something.
No. Someone is any individual, whether it be a dog, a human, a cow, a chicken, or a pig.
Is individual.
They all have a brain. They're all people.
Yeah, they're not people though.
Yeah, they are.
A people is a Homo sapien person.
It can be a person is any individual that is sentient.
That's not.
They all. Do you have any pet dogs or cats?
I do.
So would you call them something or someone?
Yeah, it's a pet. Is that not
Do you agree they have a unique personality? Do you agree that they want to live?
I mean, some of them.
If I bolt gun them in the head, would you say that's not murder?
I mean, it depends why you're doing that.
Unnecessarily, taking their life unnecessarily, or maybe to eat their bodies.
If your dog was really sick, would you put it down?
It depends if that's the best decision, but we're not really talking about sick animals. We're talking about baby animals being forced into slaughterhouses to be murdered.
They're not forced, they're raised. Well, they are forced by raised.
Yeah, so they're forcibly bred into existence, and then they're forced into their murder.
They are.
Yeah.
And to be bred to eat. It's not like we're just picking a random cow and killing it.
But does that, just because that's their purpose that we've put upon them, that we've forced upon them, does that justify murder?
Do we not force upon dogs to be pets as well? Do you have a dog? Do you have a pet dog?
Yes, I have a companion dog.
Which dog? What kind of dog?
He's a Jack Russell.
How much did you pay for that?
I don't know, he's been in my family for 10 years, but I don't agree with breeding animals into existence.
So why did you?
So I wasn't vegan at that point in time. As a vegan, I would never pay for someone by a breeder or anything. I would rescue animals at shelters, because lots of animals are murdered in shelters, but I would never pay for an animal, because I believe they're not commodities. Pardon?
A Converse vegan?
I believe they are, but these aren't Converse, they're Ganda.
And is that...
So anyway, back to the start where you said, can you stop, why do you bother people? My question is, why do you pay people to abuse and murder animals?
I don't pay people to do it. I supply and demand.
Exactly, it is about supply and demand.
Why would I pay people? Do I pay my teachers? We pay teachers so we can educate ourselves, right?
Exactly. So when you consume animal,
millions of Australians.
But when you consume animal flesh and secretions, you can't say that you're not directly paying for their abuse and murder.
I'm not paying for their abuse. I'm paying for people to work and have money.
You're paying people to abuse and murder them.
Where do you work?
I'm an animal rights activist, so that's just all I do.
So if there was no animals, right? Then what are you going to do?
What do you mean, no animals?
If everyone was vegan, everyone treated animals. What's your job then?
Probably have an animal sanctuary where I'd live happily with animals.
All the other animals, activists would have the same jobs.
I'm not too sure. I can't really speak upon them, but all animal rights activists have different jobs. Some of them may be doctors, nurses. Some of them may be nutritionists. Jack here is a nutritionist. He helps people eat plant-based. He helps people not consume someone else's bodies and secretions.
And other people's bodies. It's not their bodies, it is harvested meat. So you're saying, would it be more ethical if I went out and went hunting, got a deal?
No,
fishing?
the moral baseline is veganism. There's nothing ethical about eating an animal if it's unnecessary. And for a majority of the human population, it is unnecessary to be eating animals and their secretions and wearing their skin.
Plants not forced into being grown.
Pardon?
Plants not forced into being grown.
Plants aren't sentient beings.
They're not living still?
They are living, but they're not sentient beings and they're not individuals.
Why do you want to be vegan?
Because I don't want to abuse and murder animals. Yeah.
When did you start to be vegan?
Just over 5 years ago. Yeah. You should really watch Dominion on YouTube. It's very eye-opening. It's all footage in Australia in the meat, dairy and egg industries. It's awful what's happening to animals.
I respect that.
What is with this?
So, no, it's good. Well, interested in you.
Okay,
So what
cool.
made you a vegan?
I watched a documentary called Food Choices, and I realized that I was an animal abusing hypocrite because I didn't want to contribute to someone else's abuse and murder, so I went vegan overnight, like on the spot.
So like, you haven't tasted anything since?
No,
You haven't tasted anything?
but that was when I was 23. So I was a non-vegan for 23 years of my life, and then I went vegan just over 5 years ago.
Because
Yeah.
do you feel for them? Like, do you feel for the animals when they get killed?
Definitely. I've been to slaughterhouses and I've seen them crying and terrified for their lives. I've heard pigs screaming inside gas chambers, just here outside of Perth.
How about free range?
That's a con. It's a marketing lie.
So like,
If someone's living a happy life and then you murder them, does that justify it? Does that make it okay? Just because they're free range?
free range, doesn't that
They're
mean-
still murdered. They're still sent to the same
they still
slaughterhouse. Yes. And that includes all dairy cows, all egg-laying hens. It's not just the meat industry. All these industries, once the animals are no longer profitable, they're sent to murder.
So how do you feel when people eat chicken in front of you?
I feel sad. I see a baby. I see someone eating a baby.
So like,
Chickens are only 6 weeks old.
So this makes you sad.
Yes, because that is a 6-week-old baby.
So like, if I do this,
Yeah, you're eating a baby. Yeah. Pardon?
How do you know it was a baby?
Yeah, but regardless, that is someone else. Whether they're a baby or not, you are eating someone's body. You've just paid for someone's murder.
What is your sexuality?
What do you mean, like straight?
Yeah,
Straight?
are you like me?
Pardon?
You like me?
Vegans do have better sex, if that's what you're asking. Little shits.